celebrity aspect of things, and she has also a huge platform for prison reform, and I have been in prison. So I think having those two elements to each other, I think we could probably do some good for the world.
Hi, Gypsy.
Hi!
Welcome back to season 5.
Kim Kardashian is getting backlash for everything she does, and this time Gypsy Rose Blanchard is involved. For years now, Gypsy has been wanting to collaborate with Kim K, and now that she's out of prison, it looks like it's her time because
okay. Oh my gosh. So I was scrolling along and getting some material for some stuff, and I ran into this, and there's just no way I can't talk about it. Like, has it gotten this bad for the Kardashians where they need to get Gypsy Rose involved in their shenanigans? Because, like, are we serious right now? They have their new show coming out. Not new show, sorry. It's season 5 of this show coming out. And they're like dead serious bringing in Gypsy Rose. Like, that's how their trailer is for the new season. Why? Why is Gypsy Rose involved in this? Like, why? So Sloan is going to get into it. We're just going to look at this for a little bit because I just was like, there's just no way. I have to watch this with the gang because this is insane. This really is insane.
Gypsy is going to be on season 5 of The Kardashians, despite fans upset with Kim platforming a known killer. So let's get into it. Life has completely changed. She went from cellmate 1, 2, 3, I don't know, whatever, to lifetime reality star to now appearing on The Kardashians. Actually, she comes face to face with probably one of the most famous people in the world, Kim Kardashian, on their show to talk about prison reform. Now, this is a big step for Gypsy Rose because she's had her own Lifetime series.
What is Gypsy Rose and Kim going to talk about prison reform? So I guess this is the part where Gypsy Rose was saying, I am a good candidate to help out, Kim Kardashian. I've also been in prison. That was her reasoning. Like, I've been in prison, so this is why, like, I can talk about this. Like, I mean, yeah, that's cool, but like, anybody can eat a meal doesn't mean that they're a expert on that meal. Like, I feel like, to me, what is this about? Like, this is crazy. But you know what? I'm not even mad at Gypsy Rose. Sorry. Come back to the point. It's the Kardashians. Has it gotten this bad where now, because Gypsy's name is trending in the online spectrum, you need to bring her on? This is insane. Like, the show, I haven't watched the show in a while. Like, but it can't handle itself without Gypsy Rose.
She's got another Lifetime series coming out, and she's come a long way from her days in prison, mixing toothpaste with Brogan pens to make makeup to appear on the Dr. Phil show. Surprise, season 5 of The Kardashians kicked off with a shocking moment on Thursday and preview footage for the...
God. I mean, and even that smile, it's like, oh my gosh, Kim, like, why Kim could use her platform to talk about the Armenian genocide that's going on. Of course, no, she has to meet with Gypsy Rose. I mean, whatever, right? People have their platforms, they can do whatever with it. By the way, guys, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell. I'm trying to pump out these videos, and it's been a while, so I'm turning the wheel again on the videos. But is this really something that Kim needs? Like, the Kardashians really needed this? Like, and I mean, he's right. Kim Kardashian backlash over desperate new season. They are irrelevant. Hollering.
Rest of the season, Kim Kardashian knocks on a door and is met with newly freed Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And this was right when she got out of jail. And I believe she was with her ex, who you guys know they are not in a good place right now. They've been fighting on Instagram. Her and Ryan are, they're divorcing. But we'll talk a little bit about Ken, her new man, in a moment. While Gypsy Rose has been everywhere, I did not expect this collaboration, even though it kind of makes sense because Kim has tried to work on justice reform. And it looks like Gypsy had a good time because she actually shared on TikTok a moment from the show. She wrote, "This was such an honor to talk about prison reform with Kim K. She is a lovely person." And it's wild that, Gypsy went from hanging out with the inmates to hanging out with fellow reality TV stars. I mean, are we going to see her on the red carpet soon? I wouldn't be surprised. Is she coming out with music? I mean, when's the makeup line? I mean, now that she's with the Kardashians,
I mean, exactly. It's like anything is possible. It's like why we keep celebrating this person for unaliving their mother. And again, I'm not even mad at the person. I'm not mad at, because if the opportunity was given to any one of us, we would take it. Like, let's keep it real, we would. Because nobody comes out of prison and then becomes a star. They usually come out of prison, they have to take some quick job and try to figure things out or whatever. It's not always easy. There are opportunities. Don't let them tell you that there aren't, because there are, okay? They just choose not to use the program sometimes to go right back to what they know instead of trying something new. Yes, I'm being serious. I have worked in a prison as a nurse. So I've seen they go through a lot to help these people get reconnected with society in a proper way. So just, this is not 1980 whatever anymore. In 2024, we figured out a lot of things. It's just better to act like we haven't. Anyway, I've digressed completely, right? But like I said, I can understand why Gypsy Rose would definitely jump on this. It's just, again, everybody has campaigned this girl, like made a celebrity out of this girl. And like, I mean, to the point where even she went on The View and Joy Behar was sitting there acting like she didn't know why Gypsy even went to jail in the first place.
Really, anything can happen.
Hi, Gypsy.
Hi.
Welcome back to season 5.
Even like, what's her face is so annoying, that the girl, what is her name? Chris. I mean, it's just. And then, like, a lot of people are saying about this show, it's like they got rid of all the men. It's so boring. I don't watch the show anymore. I don't. But again, this is their brand. Whatever they need to do to keep the brand, that's fine. The only person who's standing with some sort of like relaxation is Kourtney Kardashian. A lot of times I think Kourtney doesn't even want to be on a show, but I think Kourtney knows that she has to pay, obviously she has expenses. And Kourtney could have really, she could have spawned off and did something totally different, like in the holistic scene or whatever. There was a perfect time for it. Obviously, now is not that time anymore because people are even tired of the Kardashians as a whole. I feel like as long as they can last, whatever, do whatever. I'm not one of those because I used to watch the show like crazy. It's just this. It seems to be, it's like always the same thing. Like, how much of the same thing are we gonna watch? But y'all let me know. Drop a comment below. Maybe y'all still watch it. Let me know. But this is just, to me, again, like, what are we, Gypsy Rose, though?
Now, of course, the creators of this show, the producers, wanted to use Gypsy as a way to stir up some controversy because neither Kim or Gypsy had revealed that they had met, which means that they were saving it for the show so that the Kardashians could get clout for hanging out with Gypsy Rose, which kind of seems like such a low move because, I don't know. People, they feel indifferent about Gypsy. While I do think that she was in a tough situation, I do feel like she served her time, and the justice system kind of maybe did. I don't know. I mean, it's complicated. Do you think she deserved to serve 8 years? Maybe not, but I do think she deserves her freedom after serving those 8 years. Either way, it seems like this is just a stunt for the show. I'm sure they'll never talk ever again after this moment. This person tweeted, the Kardashification of Gypsy was not on my 2024 bingo card. Another person asked, what is this crossover? And then finally, this person tweeted, okay, this is smart now because I need to know the reason why these two people decided to meet. Reports write that it's likely the pair crossed paths due to the Kardashians' ongoing work in criminal justice reform. Kim has been on a journey to become a lawyer. It's been a long journey, which becoming a lawyer is difficult. I couldn't do it, but maybe I could if I put my mind to it.
If you put your mind to it, you could. If any one of us put our mind to it, we could. Okay. No disrespect to Kim. That's really good that she tried to do that. And I know she passed the baby bar or whatever that was, and that's her thing. She's doing it, but it's like, it just doesn't make sense, some of this, a lot of it. But again, it is for clout. This name at the time, too, was trending. Gypsy Rose's name was trending, though I think they might be a little too late on this. I'm not saying that Gypsy Rose's name is not still trending. I'm saying that a lot of people are very indifferent. A lot more people are indifferent. Like, they've gotten their dose and they're just kind of like, all right, like, we don't need to keep on making this girl like a celebrity, because it was like interview after interview after interview. And then now on the 11th hour, of all of these interviews, this is when Kim Kardashian and them are just like, all right, cool. We're going to, you know, we're going to put her in the show too. And it's like, I think people kind of had a little bit of their fill. I could be wrong.
Their way. She's been on this journey to become a lawyer since 2019. In December 2021, she announced that she passed the California's baby bar law exam after previously failing 3 times. Well, honestly, kudos for her, like trying and trying again. Since then, Kim has advocated for pardons for several non-violent offenders facing the death penalty, which I guess Gypsy's wasn't technically violent because she wasn't the one doing the stabbing.
So I didn't want him to say that word, but yeah.
But of course, Kim does not shy away from controversy, and even though some people will feel that Gypsy, like, she deserves, I guess, more time, there's a lot of people who also love to see her out here thriving and experiencing everything for the first time. It just makes us think about her ex-boyfriend Nick, who she had convinced and planned to kill her mother with. Gypsy, who pleaded guilty.
Exactly. So it's like Gypsy gets to have this life, and again, like, he did do the act, but like, she gets to live this life of like all of these experiences that, by the way, again, even the regular person does not get. And I'm going to make it sound very clear that this is not me being mad at all, because I think that she should take any opportunity that's given to her. She'd be dumb not to take it. But I'm looking at the Kardashians, like, this is just a new low. Like this new generation is not watching you anymore. And the generation that did watch you is basically probably trying to like wake the world up to, like, you know, transgender story hour and stuff like that. So, and they don't talk about that kind of stuff on the show. You know, maybe if they connected with the American public a little bit more about like real issues, people probably would watch the show. They don't talk about that kind of stuff.
In 2016 to the second-degree murder of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, previously voiced her interest in working with Kim after her release. So it looks like maybe, you know, Gypsy made the first move. Back in November 2023, 1 month before she was freed, Gypsy thanked Kim Kardashian for including the HBO documentary Mommy Dead and Dearest in her true crime show recommendation. Essentially, Kimberly shared an Instagram story where she said that Gypsy's documentary would be one that she'd recommend about someone who was wronged by the justice system. In her tweet, she writes, "Maybe we should unite forces together and make real change within the justice system." So it looks like Gypsy's move on Kim Kardashian worked in her favor.
I can't take Sloan. He's right. It does look like, you know, Gypsy's move on Kim Kardashian seems to have worked, because Gypsy is now, you know, premiered on the season opener, I guess, or the trailer. People are watching first episode. They'll watch and wait. If people are watching for Gypsy and not for them, if it's gotten to this point, they need to reevaluate what they're really talking about. I'm so sincere, because it's like, how long, like, you know what it is? Okay, let's just break this down real quick. This show was marketed to people as, yeah, we're rich, but we're just like the family next door, right? And that's exactly how it was. Like, in the beginning, they used to be so silly. They would have fun. They would take trips and just kind of be silly, and then, you know, have arguments and everything else. And, you know, I think people being rich I have no problem with it. I'm not one of those who say like, oh, money is the root of all evil. Like, I definitely don't say that. I think that a person is already evil, and then they just have money to be evil with, if that's the case. So, because a lot of people do good things with money, with charities and stuff like that. But anyway, but then it started to turn into where Kim was taking private jets to go to New Orleans for beignets. And it was like, I don't know. I just don't feel like that's the family next door. And you could add that in. That's fine. Because they still had the drama. They had the babies coming. It still was like, okay, cool. But what are they talking about now? Y'all let me know. For real, drop a comment. I have not watched the show in so long. The last thing I remembered was like Chloe, she rented a room to have a baby because why? Because, you know, I mean, all that big O they're taking, I mean, they can't really just be getting pregnant and getting big and stuff, which I think is very like criminal, but whatever. And then, you know, I think there was issues with Tristan. It's like, it's the same things. Like, I really believe if they added a little bit more of the transgender story hour type of thing, talking about like what's really going on with the trans. Seriously, I'm serious. Like the controversies in America, that being one of them. I think a lot more people will watch the show. I do. I really do. But considering who funds these shows and the fact that they're on mainstream networks, they're not going to talk about it. But it is what it is. I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.